Hello and welcome to the daily number workout. Today we're on the number 74 for fifth grade. Let's start off with our word form, which is 74. And since there's a 4 in the ones place value, we know this number is even. Let's get into our factors. We know 1 times 74 is 74. And since it is even, 2 goes in. So let's get out our scrap paper. And we're going to divide it by 2. 2 goes into 7 3 times because 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract that out. 7 minus 6 is 1. 2 doesn't go into 1, so we know we're done with that column. We drop down the 4. 2 goes into 14 7 times because 7 times 2 is 14. We have nothing left over. So 2 goes into 74 37 times. 3 does not go in evenly. 4 does not go in. 5 does not go in because it doesn't end with a 0 or a 5. 6 doesn't go in. 7 doesn't go in. Bloody, bloody, bloody. That's it. Those are the only factor pairs of 74. Let's move on. So our multiples of 74, 1 times 74 is 74. Let's get into the math. So 2 74s. Sorry about that. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 7 is 14. So we have 148. 3 74s. 3 times 4 is 12. Drop the 2, carry the 1. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 1 is 22. 2, 2, 2. 4 74s. 4 times 4 is 16. Drop the 6, carry the 1. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 1 is 29. 296. 74 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Drop the 0, carry the 2. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2 is 37. So we have 370. 6 74s. 6 times 4 is 24. Drop the 4, carry the 2. 6 times 7 is 42 plus 2 is 44. Look at that pattern. I like to see that. So every third one, well, actually, not every third one, but yeah, every third one is. So our next one, if this might be 888. Let's see what it is. So I'm thinking 222, 444, either 666 or 888 is what I'm looking at. Okay, let's try it out. 7 74s. 7 times 4 is 8. 28. I'm sorry, 28. Drop the 8, carry the 2. 7 times 7 is 49 plus 2 is 51. 518. 8 74s. 8 times 4 is 32. Drop the 2, carry the 3. 8 times 7 is 56 plus 3 is 59. 592. 9 74s. 9 times 4 is 36. Drop the 6, carry the 3. 9 times 7 is 63. Plus 3 is 66. Boom, there we go. There's our next. And then 10 times any number is that number with a 0. And we're done with our first 10 multiples of 74. Looking good. All right. I'm going to remove these off. Well, I guess I'll leave that on. Move it up. Now let's get into our fractions. So hopefully you're already checked out everything and you're looking good. Let's get into our fractions. So our fraction today would be 74 hundredths. And we can get an equivalent fraction. 74 does not go into 100 evenly, 37 doesn't, but 2 does. So 2 would be the greatest common factor between 74 and 100. So we're going to divide both numbers by 2. I'm going to move that up a little bit. Divide by 2, divide by 2. And we know 2 goes into 74 37 times, according to our factor pairs up there. And of course, 50 goes into 102 times. So our least common, that's our greatest common factor. This is our lowest term fraction. I'm out of control here. Lowest term, all those different terminologies. Lowest term fraction is 37/50ths. So these are equal. They're the exact same thing. So here we go. And you'll learn more about that in fractions unit. We got 0 and 74 hundredths, which is the same as 74%. And in ratio, we would find it looking like this, 74 to 100 or 74:100. Let's write this in words. We have 74 hundredths, just like I've been saying out loud. And then this, if we are talking decimal, it would be 0 and 74 hundredths. All right, and then moving along, we do it in dollar sign. We just put a dollar sign in front of our decimal. And then we say $0 and 74 cents. All right, looking good. To take those off and move on to area and perimeter. Since we only have 4 factors of 74, it's going to be simpler than the number 72. 72, I think, is the craziest that we are going to go over. So here we go. We're going to start off with a 74 by 1. So area, I'm going to move that up. Area equals 74 times 1, which equals 74 square units. The perimeter would be 74 plus 1 plus 74 plus 1 equals, well, 2 74s is 148, 149, 150. So 150 units to go around that rectangle. And then we have, standing it up, 1 by 74. So again, we're switching up how we write the numbers, but we always get the same results. And the same goes with our perimeter. It's a 1 plus 74 plus 1 plus 74 equals. All right. Then we have the 37 by 2, which equals 74 square units. So that would be another rectangle. So we have 37 by 2. Perimeter would equal 37 plus 2 plus 37 plus 2 equals, well, we know 37 plus 37 is 74, 76, 78. Wow. All right, just by doubling up our squares, instead of being a singular long line of squares, it's just 2 by 2. Look at how our perimeter comes down. All right, so there it is. And our next one would be just flip-flopping that, changing our order. And let's move on to volume. So our first volume, I'll draw 74 by 1 by 1. So this would equal 74 wide by 1 deep by 1 tall equals 74 cubic units. So again, I'm going to represent it with this grand So this would be representing the same rectangular prism. So there it is, 74 by 1 by 1. Then we're going to have, turn it up like this, and that would be 1 by 1 by 74 tall. And then if we lay it down like this, we have a, wait, let me think about this. One, yeah. Then we have a 1 by 74 deep by 1 tall. And that covers that. Now we're going to do 2 by 36. So this is representing 36 wide. 36 wide by 2 deep by 1 tall. Then we're going to have 36 wide by 1 deep. So now it only goes back 1, but 2 tall. Same amount of cubes. Then we're going to have a 2 wide by 70 or 36 deep by 1 tall. So 2 by 36 by 1. We're going to have a 2 by 1 deep by 36 tall. And then we're going to have a 1 by 2 by 36 tall. And last but not least, a 1 by 36 by 2 tall. And we are done with the number 74. Have a great day.